Should you buy a Toyota Tacoma in 2023? I was thinking, I did a video on this same topic about a year ago and I wanted to revisit it for 2023. So let's hop into this. I have a few good reasons, a few bad reasons. We're gonna start with the good because I'm a positive kind of guy. One of the best reasons why it's a good time to buy right now is because you can actually find them. Last year, these were impossible to find. You couldn't find any good trucks, and if you found one, you're gonna be overpaying. So you got availability now to pick one of these trucks up, and you kind of have a choice. You don't have to settle for a color you don't want or a model you're not going to really like. And that's just talking getting a new truck. That's not even talking about the used market. The used market was terrible last year when I did this same video. It was like $55,000 for a truck with 10,000 miles. It was getting ridiculous. Now it's no longer a seller's market, and that price is coming down. You'll be able to afford a truck used or new. So it's a pretty good time to buy, in my opinion, just looking at that factor alone. They're still reliable as always, so you don't have to worry about that. And the good thing about it is, with it being 2023, these came out in 2016. So a lot of the issues they would have had with the transmission kind of searching for gears with the automatics and some of the reliability issues that kind of plagued newer vehicles when they first released, they're gone. This thing's fully ironed out and it's ready to go. So it's a really good time if you're nervous about picking up a car that's kind of new. This is pretty dated at this point, so you're not going to have any of those new issues arise with these trucks. Unfortunately, with this being a 2023, well, this isn't. I guess I'm not really saying this is a 23, this is a 21. But if you're going to look at getting a new one, it's going to be a 2023. I have a feeling that this is going to be, I'm pretty sure, going to be the last year that you're going to be able to get this model of Tacoma. I think 2024 is going to be when they do that facelift. So things are going to be changing. Looking at it in that perspective, you're going to see, I'd imagine, the third gens kind of shoot up in price. That's just kind of how the Toyota market is. If you look back at like second gens, they hold their value. First gens, they hold their value. Can't get them anymore. So I think the same thing's going to happen with the third gen. So if you're going to try to get in that price, you know, these are going to end up being collector's items. That's kind of just how Toyotas are. They're going to hold their value. You got to think about it in that perspective as well. Also, this is a 6-speed manual. I'm hoping Toyota keeps that 6-speed manual with the facelift, but you never know. The manuals are in the minority here, so they could phase them out. I don't see them doing that because the Tacoma is Toyota's bread and butter, and I don't think they really want to mess with it too much. You know, this is their money maker, but we'll see. Something to think about. You could only have this year to get a truck, old school, manual, like the good old days. The third gen Tacoma is 7 years old at this point, believe it or not. And I think this is gonna be a timeless design. You see them out on the road and they still look brand new. You could see a 2016 and it still looks like a new vehicle that just came off the line. It has a really fresh design. So that's another reason why I think it's a good time to buy, because in my opinion, I think the third gen is just a timeless look and it always just looks good. My final pro of why you should buy Tacoma right now is, with them being 7 years old, the aftermarket support is crazy. You can build these trucks out to be anything you want them to be. Slammed, lowered, overland rig, a daily driver, anything that you want. Going back from the second gen, they didn't change too much, so a lot of the parts go over. So there's so much aftermarket support and knowledge around these trucks. So if you want to do some DIY stuff, you can figure it out with not much reading or a video. You can probably find a video that you would need on my channel if you've subscribed, because I make some good stuff. Let's go ahead and hop into the cons of why you shouldn't buy Tacoma right now. The cons on buying a Tacoma right now, the list is actually kind of long. With me being a fanboy, it was kind of hard to point these issues out. But I'm gonna go ahead and hop into this. Number one being interest rates are going up and the prices are still pretty high for what you're getting with these trucks. So you gotta keep that in mind. Financially, you got to think about it. The good news is they do hold their value, so you won't have to worry about it too much. But if you're financially in a rough spot with credit, interest rates can hurt you in the end, more so than overpaying like you did a year ago. Another con is the Tacoma. It's pretty dated. Now, I personally like the dated factor. I don't like all the new technologies a lot of these vehicles have. I think that this third gen is set up perfectly for what I would like. But some people want a little bit more high-tech stuff that this truck just doesn't have. So if you're that kind of guy, you might want to stay away from this one. Wait till the new fourth gen comes out. It's probably going to be loaded with a lot more tech if you're that kind of guy. Me personally, not for me. So I went with the third gen, but something to think about. It's pretty dated compared to a brand new Bronco or something like that. Going off the topic of it being dated, the engine is also dated. This is a revised version of the one that was in, I don't know, all of them. They kind of all build off the same engine. They changed the fuel injection a little bit. I don't want to get too technical on you guys, but it's a pretty dated platform and the power shows. And along with the power is really bad gas mileage. Now, I have a built truck, moderately built truck, and on the interstate doing about 80, I get like 11 miles a gallon. Drive around on the back roads around here, it's more like 17. I'm on 33s, but it's pretty bad gas mileage. So if you're looking at the sticker, you're gonna get less than that no matter what. So just kind of lower your expectations. So if you want a truck with good gas mileage, this is not the one for you. I'm sorry. My final con is with the new Tacoma coming out, you're gonna have a chance, I think, to get an EV, so you can get an electric truck. I don't know if you're into that. Personally, I'm not too into it. It might be interesting like 10 years down the line. For me, not really even a thought process currently right now. But if you're into that kind of stuff, I have a feeling they're going to offer that a little bit down the line. So if you're looking for that, don't get one of these. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with the points I've made, or if you want to add any. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this one. But going into what my personal thoughts are, and if you should buy one right now, personally, if I didn't own one, I would be looking to buy one as soon as I can, because this is going to be the last year that you're going to be, I think, don't quote me on that because I've been wrong before, and I thought it was going to come out this year, but I'm pretty sure next year, 2024 model, is going to be different. So this might be the last year that you can get a third gen. And I love the third gen. So that's kind of where I feel about that. Also, I'm a really strong believer about not buying the newest vehicle. So if when a new model drops, I will never buy one of those, just because I think they always have issues and they're always going to be plagued with issues. So I always wait about a year or two before I would even think about buying a brand new vehicle that's just came out. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 1 million. I'm kidding, maybe. But I will see you guys in the next one. Check out this video right here. It's pretty good. See ya.